Attorney General W. De Oliveira has instructed Acting Inspector General of Police C.D. Vikramaratne to conduct an investigation into Negombo Police Headquarters. Inspector and Police Media spokesperson SSP Jaliya Senaratne. This is related to the public statement made regarding the issuance of a warrant against the former superintendent of the Negombo prison, Anuruddha Sampayo.
මෙම අනුරුද්ධ සම්පායන අය පොලිස් භාරයට
When observing the CCTV footage from the location where Anuruddha Sampayo was taken into police custody, it was observed the police SUV of the Negombo Police Headquarters Inspector and a van with the group, including the brother of the suspect, were awaiting the arrival of Anuruddha Sampayo. It was observed Anuruddha Sampayo arrived in a red-colored Discovery Sports SUV and then walked towards a police SUV while on a phone call using his mobile phone, and thereafter handed over the mobile phone to the Negombo Police Headquarters Inspector. It was also observed the Negombo Police Headquarters Inspector cordially greeting Anuruddha Sampayo upon the suspect's arrival. The Attorney General had informed the acting IGP that according to the CCTV footage, anyone would understand the events were not related to an arrest of a suspect but a pre-planned greeting of a person with a warrant against him. It was observed the Negombo Headquarters Inspector thereafter moved Sampayo to the rear passenger seat of the police SUV and acted in anticipation of the arrival of another individual and were engaged in a cordial dialogue. It was also observed those who arrived in the van which followed the police SUV were allowed to freely speak to the suspect in the rear of the police SUV, who was not handcuffed at the time. The Attorney General had informed the acting IGP of the fact that it was evident from the CCTV footage the group was awaiting the arrival of a journalist from a certain media institution. It was clear from the CCTV footage the Negombo Headquarters Inspector had allowed the suspect to speak to the media using the mobile phone of the journalist who had arrived at the location. The Attorney General informed the acting IGP to investigate and report to him immediately on the collective charade staged by the Negombo Police Headquarters Inspector and Anuruddha Sampayo to portray to the general public that the suspect was arrested 11 days after a warrant was issued. Investigations and CCTV footage revealed the suspect was not arrested following an operation, although the Negombo Police Headquarters Inspector claimed the suspect was arrested following a successful intelligence operation on the 2nd of August 2020. Thereafter, the Attorney General had instructed the Acting Inspector General of Police to conduct an investigation against the Negombo Police Headquarters Inspector for including false notes on the arrest of the suspect and report back to the AG without delay. The Attorney General's department further said the police spokesperson had operated irresponsibly and misled the general public by making a false statement to media to claim the suspect was arrested as a result of a strategic intelligence operation. The Attorney General had directed the Acting Inspector General of Police to conduct an investigation on the police spokesperson's statement and report back without delay.
වැඩ බලන පොලිස් ප්‍රතිවරයාට උපදෙස් ලබා දීමක් සිදු කළා.
The police spokesperson makes statements based on the reports that he receives. The Attorney General has informed the Acting Inspector General of Police in writing to conduct an investigation on the matter. Therefore, I believe that it is not ethical for me to comment on an investigation regarding myself. The Attorney General has provided advice to conduct an investigation over the conduct of the Negombo HQI. The acting IGP has issued an order to the Police Special Investigations Unit on the 3rd of August to investigate the matter. Since I have already presented a report and since there is an ongoing investigation, I don't think it is ethical for me to comment on it. You will be given a copy of the investigation report.
Meanwhile, the former superintendent of police, Anuruddha Sampayo, who is remanded at the Negombo prison, was brought to Colombo today. He was brought today to pay his last respects to his late mother. Minister of Roads and Highways, Johnson Fernando, and Samagi Jana Balawegaya parliamentarian, Ashoka Abhisinghe, were also present at the funeral. After being present there at the funeral for about 2 hours, the former superintendent of the Negombo prison, Anuruddha Sampayo, was taken back to prison.